Get your stew fry on, boy. I let it eat them. Anyway, it's hump day. That's what they said.
Beans, Emma.
What? What the beans?
Yes, so I mean, eat beans on hump day. Beans with blow up turkey, yeah. Yeah.
I need some gravy on that now. Morning, everybody.
How you doing? Morning, Miss Love, Mr. Frisco.
Good morning. How you doing?
Yes. Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. It's not often you will see a professional radio and television show do this, but on behalf of Lisa Love and Mr. Frisco and myself, we would like to say, nah, 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 nah. We tell you no yesterday. We tell you no. Slow down from the comments. Not they run on a giblets and things. But everybody...
everybody was all up in their gizzard.
Everybody was all up in their feelings.
That's what happened.
Mm-hmm.
And come to find out, the story was even sadder
than what we thought.
Than everybody thought. The story about Miss Alaire McDougall. Turns out Miss Alaire McDougall suffers from mental illness. A family member said that they tried to help her. She has no one in Belize. She was in a mental institution
abroad
in the US. Yeah. And she's here suffering mental illness. And fortunately, the public outcry, I want to tell you, it was put to good use. Because if the public didn't react the way they did, she might still be in jail with her mental illness.
Right.
But she's not. Now, the question is, according to the brother, he's a family member that he has but he doesn't live here, but she stayed at his house or something like that. But what I'm saying is, now that we know what the situation is, wouldn't it be nice if there was a place that we could take this woman where she could receive the treatment that she needs without the stigma of that at jail. You know what I'm saying? I really feel bad for the whole story. Everybody now is saying they don't blame Spooners, they don't this Spooners Reggae Cafe, and stuff like that. Yes, everybody the armchair quarterback. No,
yesterday was a different story.
Yesterday was a different story. So
it was a different day.
One thing that did come out of this, I think, Spooners Reggae Cafe should offer a special oxtail with moccasin and scone dinner, because I think that's the most famous recipe that believes right now.
Blueberry scone. Get it together.
Blueberry scone. That's the most famous recipe. The most famous dish that believes right now is Spooners Reggae Cafe oxtail with blueberry scone and a moccasin. But let's hope that the news follow up and we see how Miss McDougal is dealt with, because we just can't put her back on the street. There has to be something, that could be done.
Maybe she will go home.
Where?
That's what you believe.
Where is home?
Where is home?
Where she is from.
She's from the United States.
Yes, so I believe she will be going home. I mean, we have an embassy.
Yeah. She's a Belizean citizen, I think she left from here when she was 2 years old. So, but even that, go home is one thing, but until you go home, it's just a sad story. And I think that the people in power, Minister Kevin Bernard and whoever else this fall under their jurisdiction, look at these things, because this is a very, very sad story on many, many levels. It's a very sad story on many levels. So we need to work on that. And I know we will.
Of course.
So what it does, again, and we've had this discussion several times, many times too many, is and again, I'm not sure, and I'm short of some of the details and information, but because what have been signed into, these things happen because you sign onto things, and things say human rights, so you can't lock up people. There was talk of when you had the institution back in the day, people were mistreated, abused, all of that kind of conversation came up when we talk about when they used to have the quote-unquote crazy house. Back then, there were allegations of abuse and mistreatment and neglect. And then human rights come in and say, well, you can't lock up these people if that's against just like how you can't grab the body off of the street and put them in a jail. It's against their human rights.
Did they ever tell us then, how do you deal?
Wait, that's why I get to that.
The ill people?
I get to that point there, So,
she's gearing up to.
So that happened. And then they say, well, the families of these individuals have to take on the responsibility because it is their family. But then on the other half, every time a conversation like that come up, you hear family members or people who have been in that scenario say how difficult it is to deal with that. So I don't know where's the middle ground. If the people who said they're not family, but guess what? The family is not trained. I don't have the wherewithal to deal with maybe their family members who might go through. Maybe they could deal with them regular, but when something goes off tangent, you've seen many comments. People say they're hard to deal with. What they could do? Many families got their hand up in the air like, what the hell do I do? The person go. The person left. You don't know where they're there. You don't know what they do. You can't be behind them 24/7. So there's a like a purgatory type of scenario where there's a no-fly zone. Nobody know where to go on in that no-fly zone and how you handle it. Now when situations like yesterday arise, that are right in that zone they Grove at least, Where you don't know how to handle it because you had one hardcore institution, but you don't need one hardcore institution. No, maybe our listeners could tell you, maybe they have one softcore institution where could deal with people in between the lines. I don't know if there's such a place. Maybe our stories could help you out with that. But you get where I come from, Lisa, Groove?
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
You might not necessarily need one hardcore shackles and chain and tie me down and that type of thing, but you might need one institution where somebody could. But then again, you have the people have to go and arrest the situation. If somebody in our thing.
People have to be trained.
Trained, right. So, and again, I
People
got
have
back.
to be
Remember,
trained.
yesterday I said, remember some police, me get my lead training right after the Swing Bridge incident. They said some officers may get training. I don't know what going on with that. I don't know who that they are. I don't know.
No, I never understand these 12 officers, 15, or, anything. They say they are trained people and then they care 10 or 12 to go train them. And you got 3,000. That training's supposed to be a rotating thing that everybody go through because whenever you have a situation, you want to look for them 10 or 12
You're going to look for
officers.
the ones that were trained?
This is supposed to be a mandatory thing. I mean, not going to in-depth training like that, but at least let the officers know this is how you deal with somebody if you suspect that they're mentally challenged and where to take them. And I don't believe that either Seaview or Rockview was no place where prisoners were ill-treated. As a matter of fact, my uncle told me that there was a guy back there where one of the patients walked up behind him and out one cigarette right in his forehead. Just walk right up behind him, boom, out the cigarette in his forehead. So that's because, but he was trained, my uncle, to deal with stuff like that. I remember a time I was walking past there and there was this guy standing by the fence saying 5, 5, 5. So I walked up to the fence and I said, excuse me, and the guy jerked me in the eye and he said 6, 6.
You see what? Listen, let me.
These things are.
Let me send a shout out to Christophe Riverol. Come from left field.
What did he say?
Wait, the chat about Frisco is wearing a Gordon Guard trail today.
Yes. We can't say a short sleeve.
Pegado.
I say a short sleeve. Gordon Guard trail. Boy, you the anchor staff. Morning. Big up yourself.
Morning, Christoph.
But truth of the matter is, this is one situation that's years been spoken about on the mornings too. We have always maintained that our treatment of the mentally challenged people has left a lot to be desired. Yeah.
I know they have a couple places though where if you get the individuals there, there's a nurse or two who would administer. I am sure I heard that scenario.
Okay.
But yeah. And again, you see, we have to guess if they think they exist or not.
Yeah, those things supposed to be known. The fact that, and again, this is why I say that we sometimes sign anything to get one, leave it on money. Who would be?
But a human rights, my brother.
Yes, but what I'm saying, no, but if we don't sign on to those human rights convention, they withhold things from away. So because we like things, we sign on to
well,
these.
Devil's advocate, you say scenario with you can't grab the gangster there and lock them up because of human rights.
Yeah. No, bro. Everything you could do anything, if you follow the right process.
Human rights are human rights.
You know what the problem is with the people that got money back is because they weren't even told what they were being arrested for. They were not even given like a interview or something like that to know. So there's a process in which you do things where you could do the most illegal things legally.
Well, that's
if
why
you follow the process.
Instead of people who have mental challenges, not necessarily have a mental challenge, but because they're known to have a mental challenge, they were locked up.
Mm-hmm.
They couldn't leave.
Well, you see, there's
just to be
there's
devil's
a
advocate.
level,
Ping, ping.
Yeah. I gave up my psychiatry license 3 weeks ago, but I know that there is one level that they say you are a above average, you are below average. There's measurements for those kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that when you suspect somebody might be mentally ill and you give them whatever test and stuff you do and you find out, all right, this person is mentally ill. To what degree is he mentally ill? And then you deal with him like that. There comes a point where society have to take control of the, just like how society say, you know what, we have to take control of criminals. We have to do the right things to stop crime. It's the same thing with mental illness. It's the same thing with senior citizens. If you see that there's something happen that they really can't take care of themselves, society have to do it. The same thing with business, like what the PM did day before yesterday, when he gave that sovereign indemnity or whatever to the cane farmers. It's because it's good for business. You know, it's helping them out. So we have to figure out how we are help out where people.
Yeah, so that's why I don't have the information. Again, maybe the stewards who have the information is there, because what I think the difference is, we're looking for short-term institutions where it could deal with scenarios when somebody is having an episode or decide that they not take whatever medication is prescribed to them. What was before was a permanent institution. People used to go there and send you there, you belong there.
Yeah.
We never had one intermediate, like in the middle zone where you get treated and you come out like hospital. No, you go there, they lock you up. You nuts, whatever they call you.
No, well, even back, and again, this was like back in the 60s with Seaview and stuff like that. Even then, I believe that they evaluated you, because if they take you there, I don't think they keep you in there.
But it's supposed to be long, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, because maybe, there's just
But
like
there's a
with
process.
everything.
Like, you have to be evaluated, and then they would say, and treated.
Yeah, just like everything, I think they evaluate you every now and again and see, do you need to stay here longer? I believe some cases they will say, you know what, just show up, take your medication and go back. Others, they might say, you know what, you need to come and stay for a few months or whatever. And others, they might tell you, yo, you can't leave.
So the question then is, are the family members, are they equipped and qualified to deal with that? Because that's what they're saying. They're saying the family members should be.
No, they're not.
Well,
No, they're not, bro.
That's the question right there.
Yeah, they're passing the buck. Then they try to take the responsibility from themselves and putting it on somebody when not qualified. We're not qualified. A lot of these things will happen. You hear people say, well, the man wasn't so correct in a head and thing like that. And that's because people are saying, oh, this is my responsibility, but I want to give you because it's cheaper and I don't have to deal with it.
And then
those are the kind of things where medias need to talk about, because I don't got nobody in my family with crazy, except for the one where like Trump. But other than that, I don't have no person that's mentally ill.
So families don't say, well, when everything is good, we can handle it. Okay, so I'm sure there must be somewhere. The problem is who will arrest the scenario if a family member is having an episode. Who do you call? Because we had a call last, what was it? Last year? Family member was called and police said, well, the 4 police there in down south couldn't handle it. One decided to shoot the man in the building.
You see,
that's how that turned out, right? You see where I come from?
Yep.
Yeah.
We are a reactionary society, not proactive, because we wait until something happens. And then we are talk about it for like 2 or 3 nights on the news. Sit and they plan to form a committee to seek out members, to form an organization, to look for people who are trying to come up with an idea where we know and do. Instead of just opening your eyes and realizing family members can't deal with mentally ill people sometimes. You have various degrees of mental illnesses.
Right. And then, again, here we go. Because when the situation get out of hand, you have to call 911. I don't want to rhyme like Terry G on a Wednesday, you see.
Is it like the closest thing to a mentally challenged person I got the like alien? Alien use ketchup on everything. If alien that mental, I say if alien no got nothing to eat, you know my son, you can't do that. If he make a ketchup sandwich, he put one bread, ketchup, he put a bit of ketchup on the bread, and then he put the other bread.
Ketchup
He put
sandwich,
ketchup.
yeah. But I
Yes.
mean, yeah. So that's so the fear is that when you have a scenario where one family member might be going through an episode because of whatever, you have to call the police. Now the police come and run another risk that the police no the ones that may come no never get the training where the 12 may get. And what's this what's the level of force they have to use now to subdue somebody who might be so now they and again it play out several times. And
then sometime in time the police.
the ones that way play out good, we don't know
Oh,
about it, no kind of make news.
Yeah.
So
Right.
Lot of time, sometimes the police they come and right away you look for them, you say, oh, they don't chase nobody, they don't like shot after you. They not they run after you. And that's what happens sometimes, But I think again, even when the police come, if they just get the training to how to subdue somebody with mental challenges without, hurting or killing them, then once they do that, they should be one place besides Piss House, that Queen Street, and besides Colby Foundation where they take it to.
I heard
And speaking about that, may I just, ladies and gentlemen, we need to have need to talk to Christy or Lexi about getting a wali bumper list, a wali sign where say the boy was right. Because yesterday the man checked tires. The man said, make sure I don't say the wrong thing.
Uh-oh.
The man said, no, nobody take away like a license. And I shut up, I give up. But I stand corrected again that the gentleman, Selvin Seeley, his death was deemed a homicide caused by asphyxia. He died from can't breathe, but it was ruled a homicide. And that's why people were suspended and stuff like that. I didn't say anything because I said maybe I was meditating too much and I heard a word that I didn't really hear.
No, you say homicide. All I say is
then I listened to the news again last night and it was reiterated.
well, again, what did coroner, the person who did the autopsy, say homicide? The DPP want to determine if the homicide
Determine that, yeah.
Yeah, well, somebody need to tell the police because the police has deemed it a homicide.
Well, maybe the DPP has somebody been charged? Have the police been charged for such a thing?
Where people have been suspended.
But not charged. So you can't have a homicide and nobody charged.
Well, yes, you can. You could have a homicide. We have homicides right now that they don't know who did it.
Okay.
It's still an open case.
Well, there goes. So some mystery person must have killed
but again, you got to put two and two together. Again, you listen to what another say. You're here. The death was ruled a homicide by asphyxia, and people were suspended. So right away, it's like a math problem. 1 + 1 will equal 2. So sometimes, usually. So I want to send condolences out to the family of Raymond Belgrave. Died tragically. He's a driver for the family court for years.
That gentleman, right. And he was always so friendly. So
everybody seemed to know this guy. Everybody seemed to love this guy. Donna tell me, say, oh man, that's the guy from family court. And, it's really, really sad. And we just want to send our condolences and just let you guys know we grieve with him, man. We grieve with him. Just like the educator that died in San Pedro, on the island. Yeah. I hope you guys are strong. Remember when Caleb come out the other day? And Caleb said, I don't like what's going on in the People's Commission thing. Well, The man was not screaming the sky is falling. 10 commissioners, 10 commissioners and alternates said that the PCC final report does not have majority support. They said that one of the main things, they said that Belize is a secular state where we accept all religion. They said that kind of funny. They said gender equity was not enough, and protection for fundamental rights and freedoms. It goes against those principles right there. It says that the PCC report, they say, goes against protecting fundamental rights and freedoms. It goes against gender equity, and it goes against Belize as a secular state. Now, I know what the problem, and that because one concuss go in your milk, and your milk no good. Yes, and that's how it happened. We cannot be elevating people with I nearly want to say mental outlooks, but we cannot be putting people in a power that have agendas. Even
everybody
though
got
an
agenda. So everybody got
yes, but you have some people who have a really warped agenda where are good for our country, but it is their agenda. And when you hear that, you don't want these people making decisions about our Constitution, because they will try to enshrine garbage when I benefit none of we, And if that may only Caleb come out and say and cry foul, we could have easily blow that up and say, oh, that's just Caleb being Caleb. But no, this that 10 commissioners and alternates said that this plan, it does not have majority support. So if I'd tear that up and carry that back to the
which
drawing
part
board.
though? Because there's many parts of it.
Right.
Yeah, it does not matter. If it does not have majority support, it is not what it's supposed to be.
But it shouldn't be
the plan to get to the Prime
majority.
Minister's desk.
I don't think the determination should be all the recommendations will be taken to the government and cabinet. I think they are based on recommendations. Decide which ones they want to take or which ones they not take and which ones they consider. I don't think they have the last say. Each section of the society who went in, media, churches, whatever, the whole gamut at stuff. And I know they will make the final. Government will make the final decision. They have to bring their recommendations. And you have recommendations with clash because you have churches and then you have gay rights people. You have the government and then you have unions. So you have conflicting views and where you want in and where you don't want in. So that's why I ever
Too much of a blind, too much of a reach and too much of a blind.
But the idea is I forget all the things and come up with a nice package, right?
The bottom line is that one final report that you submit supposed to be one general consensus that all of us say, all right, we have negotiated, we bartered, we did everything, and this that the report where we give. Now, if you send one report and 10 people out of 20 or whatever or something to say, yo, this not have majority support, that means that everybody's opinion is not in there. Everybody's idea is not in there. Just one selected amount of ideas going to get to the PM's desk. And that's not good. That is not a full, the people tell you they sign one petition that we are not satisfied. This does not have full. That like if X tell me, you and Lisa, do a report about the man in Strew. Me, you and Lisa, we to try come up with one thing, but every time me and you said this, where we want to put in, Lisa said no. Lisa said we don't want to put that in. And then when you look, Lisa carry the thing that X. Me and you have every right to say, yo, that not have we support.
And that's the difficulty of it.
That not have all the information.
That's the difficulty of it. Because every sector of society...
It's no difficulty.
No, because every sector of society want what they want and nobody want back down from their position and nobody willing to give. Nobody
that's
willing
why you
to.
have to realize that who you're putting at these things, who you're putting in
But that's
charge
how you
of
do it.
these
You have
things.
but that the problem with the dealing in country. You have to include everybody. You can't
I do
exclude
not
nobody.
even like the fact that this thing get to the prime minister already and he will have to make a decision. Seriously.
Yeah. That don't want easy
Because
thing.
if-
That don't want, it shouldn't be one
No,
easy thing. It shouldn't be
Yes,
fly
but,
by night
yeah,
thing.
but we shouldn't be putting radical people in this thing to represent
That's who they
what-
pick.
what
The representatives are who they pick.
outlook should be.
The representatives are the different sectors of society that who the people they pick.
Yeah. Some people just inject
That's what they
themselves in.
want.
things.
Can't go against what the people say.
Yeah. But I think that the people now are supposed to object to this.
But we never know what it look like. We never know where it entail. We never know what was taken.
I do not care what it, bro.
You don't care?
This is the
Why
point.
not care?
I don't care what it look like. If the people who are in charge of the report they tell you this not have full support, then it's not a report. If it does not have the full commission's report, then it's not a valid report.
Well, I'm not sure.
lopsided idea.
I really not sure about where they talk about. I never read that. I never get that, so I'm not sure. I know.
Well, you don't have to because unless I have to go check it again.
No, I say I'm not sure
tomorrow,
as to what position they're at.
Yeah. They said that the three main sticklers are the Belize as a secular state which recognizes all religions. That was not addressed properly. Gender equity was not addressed properly. Protection of our fundamental rights and freedoms. It said in their report, it says it goes against these principles. So if
they have to do it again?
Yeah. So that speaks to the difficulty.
Sure.
I think it boils right down to I'm not satisfied. We don't care. I want all of my thing. They want all of it. Their thing. Because they got clash, you know. They got clash. You got religion, and you have.
Yeah.
They rights people. So the religion people not there with the rights people they say.
And we know that both are on the extreme because the people
so
rights
that's the
on the
difficulty of it.
extreme and the ones for religion they're on the super extreme. But the way how this is supposed to work now, whatever I want to agree to, when I keep that. Whatever I want to disagree to, we no haul in the behind. When I get to another set for debate.
That's why it's difficult. That's why it never be. I think all parties were never satisfied. All parties are never satisfied. You have to roll in there like Trump and say, I said I saw and I saw. No more argument.
So we got one of them in
that commission. They're rolling like Trump. No, hey, we don't want to hear no argument. That's so.
Yeah, well, that's the way I think they happen. I think that we have one Trump supporter in there.
No, I don't mean like that. I mean the government, the man in charge, will have to say, you know what? No more bickering amongst the children. That's all. But,
Hush.
yeah, that's how we're there, right? That kind of democracy we got.
Exactly.
Anyway, because I never, like the redistricting scenario, there was, one was sent. Nobody happy with it.
Me can tell you about another scenario that's happening right now where a lot of people not happy with.
Wow.
There was a time in elections where you have villages like Crooked Tree and we have Rayban Ridge and we have Biscayne. During general elections, the big elections, Biscayne Village go to Sand Hill to vote. Rayban Ridge come to Crooked Tree to vote. During village council election, Biscayne deal with their village council elections, Sand Hill deal with their village council elections, Gardenia deal with theirs, Rayban Ridge and Crooked Tree deal with ours. All of a sudden now, and the village council act stated that as long as a person live in the village for over a year, and when they go to vote, if the scrutineers recognize the person could vote. All of a sudden now, because people want teeth, they changed that. They changed it a couple of years ago, but they changed it in a way to ensure winning. Because a lot of village council now have blatant political parties that are running. And when they tell people in Crooked Tree now is that people from Raeburn Ridge who have their own village council could come to Crooked Tree to vote, as long as their name appears on the voters list a month before the election. Now, the thing with that is, that means that you could live any part of this country, any politician will feel like, they do so good in a certain area, could move anybody from any part of the country, put there on somebody else on another place's voter list. The person even have to live in that area, apparently. As long as they're on the voters list, they could vote in there. I believe that that is criminal. I believe that if it's not criminal, it's disingenuous. I believe that anybody that's in political office that they push any kind of thing should be investigated, because that is wrong. You cannot live out our area. And we know, again, it's like spitting in at the wind, because everybody who could change this, they do it. Then they benefit from it. Then that the ones who could change it are the ones that are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
They move people from one area just so that they could stay in a power. But I want to tell you, Crooked Tree, along with a lot of other villages, they fight that. Nobody coming into this place and voting for anybody who if they don't live here. If they don't live here. Because that is illegal. I wish Dickie or somebody look into that, because that is blatant.
Criminal.
Yeah, that's criminal.
On the same subject, before I got a break, or after I can break, what was noted that the first village council basically had no challenge.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And while you say the politics, and I think that that's a last cause whole time thing. Politics and get involved in every facet of government.
Right.
Because of the nature of it. The dysfunction of viable opposition might be the way for moving. I don't know. The Prime Minister said nobody not challenge the crew. We're gone up.
Mm-hmm.
Uncontested. Nobody else. Because there's a lot of uncontested thing happening up this side. There's broken, a lot of uncontested thing happening.
Yeah, so that I say. So because of the
could it be just up
because
your
of the quote unquote whoever the hell the opposition is,
mm-hmm.
got they act together because they're still busy to fight against themselves.
Right.
Can't get involved in the political realm. So people who are, as in the general elections where you had some uncontested seats.
Mm-hmm.
Something that has never happened. Well, I mean, in a recent history. This might be this might be the scenario throughout the village council elections.
Yeah, but again, the same way how you ask any politician on TV, do you think buying votes is legal? Oh, that's a terrible thing. You can't buy a vote. Election 2 weeks down the road and they give out money to buy a vote. It's a bunch.
No, but the point where they make is because of the dysfunction of the opposition,
mm-hmm.
the viable opposition, I should say. We're not viable now, obviously, and the lack thereof because of them busy bickering and not doing what it's supposed to do.
Mm-hmm.
You might see village council elections go just like the who got in a biscuit.
Yeah, but I know they blame the opposition so much for that, You know who I blame? I blame the ones who are immoral, the ones who are in power, who are blatantly doing wrong because they can. Mean that the only reason why they would do right is if they have somebody to watch.
But I'm saying,
and tell them.
we want to do the right way. That nice. But I'm saying, if the opposition may got fighting power, they may have the right there. They do the same wrong thing where say
fighting power, they may have candidates.
Yes, they may have the right in there, they do the same thing where right. That's all I say. That's all I say. So
but they don't.
Right.
But what I am saying is
we get
if the only way one politician want to do the right thing is if another politician the watcher, then the two are then crooked.
Well,
the two are then crooked because that means that the only reason why you are doing the right thing is because people eyes.
What that the right thing?
What?
What that the right thing?
The right thing is not to interfere, not to try
But
to.
again, we done. That's what I said. We done. I
like.
like the foregone conclusion that that's the way it is, and
No, it's not a foregone
I
conclusion,
think
bro.
it
There are
is.
some people who say that's the way it is, and there are people like me and others who say screw that.
You might be the
That's
minority.
not the way it's gonna be.
Exactly.
No,
You
it
might be
doesn't
the
matter, bro.
minority.
But you know something? I do not conform.
No, but I see
do
your
not
name there for a
bend.
thing there. There we
I
go.
know bend. No, and that's not even the reason why I had to talk. If you notice, my name is not on the slate. I know to run for leader. I am running because the woman came and asked
You said the
me,
lady asked you. That's what you
yeah,
told me.
to run. So that's why I'm running. But the thing, like I had said, bro, people out here have to stand up. People out here can't make people just promise their stupidness and they do it and say and they bow. You know, you have to stand up for your village.
But if that way the people ain't how you're going against that now. If a bunch of people in our village say, "Why we that blue, you know?"
Yeah, no, the only reason because everybody that
Or we that red, you know?
that,
We don't
yeah, we
hear
know
no
that
talking.
we got blue and we have red that crooked tree. But during that come up when general election, during village council election, we not to worry about blue or red. That happened when UDP and PUP start to push for the candidate and start to get out kind of thing. And you can say whichever candidates to run in a party because then gosh.
Lisa, we gonna our Leaf Fest the other day where every time we go to the fest, you're a representative there.
Of course.
Right in there. No, you check so you see how the politics get right in it. If you don't want it in, take it out all the way.
I don't want to take it out all the way. I don't want to take it out all the way.
All the way.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Take it out
we gotta
all
go
the
to
way.
a break. When we come back, we'll talk about next thing.
Guys, whatever monies they put into villages and stuff like that, that we money from the tax where we get, where we pay, or our grant where some nation give money for do something. So nobody doing you any favor when you see work being done in your village. That your money they work.
Kathleen
All right,
E.B. says, we're looking at midweek squarely in the face.
Can't wait every good morning.
Hump day. We got to take a break.
Blood pressure pills.
When we come back, we're going to talk about some folks who might be on their way back, a.k.a. Deportations. So, yeah, we'll talk about that on the flip side.
Welcome back.
Well, yeah.
Your dreams.
Take it out.
Take it in.
Moms continue to create, build, and inspire. So this Mother's May, let's
right. Yeah, it is 15 minutes after 10 o'clock, 10 a.m. on the 21st, Hump Day.
That's right.
Hump
Yo,
Day.
you know.
Oh, yes.
You know.
Forget really walking into Wednesday. Man. There it is. Do your thing, Groove. Do your thing with your drinks and everything. Lisa.
I step in.
Yeah, stepping into.
Step in. Remember Norm from Cheers?
Yeah.
Passed away.
Hmm?
Yeah, he passed away peacefully in his sleep this morning, they said.
Don't make it sound bad.
Yesterday morning, actually.
I don't think they don't pass away a long time, but that's
No.
interesting.
He was 70, 73 or something, I believe. So,
You used to watch that?
Of course. That was a nice show.
Well, I used to watch it because my dad used to watch it, so I have to watch it.
I used to watch it because I just thought it was funny.
Yeah.
Thought it was funny. But yeah, sleep easy, Norm.
Norm.
Yep. The Minister of Transport said that bus service needs to be just like BWS and BEL and stuff. It has to be like a private and public partnership. And I deal with small bus companies and like that. And I always suggesting that maybe they try to link up and team up together to be a bigger company. But with the idea that transport have the idea where we have to get to eventually anyway. Every major city have national bus services are run by the government and stuff like that. The Metropolitan Transit Authority, MTA, they're on train, they're on bus, they're on bicycle, everything. And what the government they say is that they don't have the buses. So what to do a national company, they would have to consolidate these smaller companies into one national company. And, the company, according to how much their company's worth, that's the amount of stocks in the company that they would get. They said it would be better all around because you could keep track of buses. Apparently, they're thinking about using like a bus pass instead of cash, so that when you swipe, the money go directly into an account. All kind of stuff. They said that you want to make more money with because you don't have to worry about the conductor to keep your money. And yeah, so you want to make more money with less overhead, more or less. But the bus owners say no. We want the same concessions where we want to get, for getting buses, getting tires, getting stuff like that. We want the same concession. But even though I deal with the bus owners, man, honest to God, I deal with it. I think it's a uphill battle. I think that we're heading that way. The same way how we're going to e-buses, now we're going to e-taxis. I hear that they're working on e-horses next. So a lot of these horses are going to be electronic, something like that.
Horses too?
Oh,
Yeah,
Lord.
so I think that eventually we will end up with a national bus system, whether it's sooner or later. That's up to debate, but I think that's the way we're head.
Okay.
The question I would
category
always put to them, how fix the problems we clearly we see every day, like how we fix the well, they said the government's supposed to put it, but whenever you put schedule together, somebody want to be unsatisfied.
Of course.
That's the thing again. You have many players.
You can't please everybody.
We've
that's
heard
for
it
sure.
before. And then you have sometimes some friend business and then we have race. We got these racing on the road.
Yeah,
unsafe driving. You understand?
Yeah, that right there, the racing on the road, that one thing where I think the only reason why they're on the race is for who bus faster. They won't be racing for customers.
But why would you want to do that?
Yeah, and again, nobody want to give up their money. We like do a job, get paid. We don't want to wait for stock option come in later on or whatever. The transport minister also said, if a company wanna just say, I don't want no part of it, just buy me out and done, they're willing to do that too. But I think
some might not have faith that if some such thing would be set up, that it can be run properly. That might be the kicker for some of them. That they might in a different time and a different world agree to such a thing based on where they know and how things operate. Half of one party and half of the other party. That if such a thing happens, some people might get pushed out.
And some people might get more of the pie.
Some might get more, some people might feel like, run properly.
That they happen right now. I know that in the area where I live, many times, people get a bus run according to who get in power. When somebody get in power, they take away a bus run from somebody and say, well, I'll give it to this person. Or a national bus service, I think, would eliminate, I wouldn't say eliminate, but it would slow down things like that, because again, one national bus service that no one party service, that one country service, and it don't belong to no one party. And I
But
think that
the ruling
way
party,
how,
the ruling party in government,
yeah,
people would still look at that because it still is a party thing.
yeah, true. And the other thing is that I believe that it may work out better for some private owners, because like say a company like James Bus Line that operates down south, maybe from Belize, maybe their lines would then become predominantly they are handled at down south region. Then you have another company handling like the mid. So, yeah, and the same way with Till it down up north. So, you know, I think that a lot of people, because we never had it before, nervous. And like Frisco said, because of the track record of how things normally happen here, some people might be scared to put all the egg in that one basket, and a basket might drop. But again, before you do that, this is the way part on a write out, on a work out agreements where want to protect these things, have lawyers looking at these things so nobody get janked.
Yeah.
But
1023. We're talking buses.
mm-hmm.
Good morning, lovely Lisa. Good morning, Groove.
Yeah. What's up?
Morning, sir.
This is all mischief.
We're talking buses, though. Not change the subject.
Let the man talk about what he want to talk about.
I agree with Groove.
No, we have to stay upon the subject.
National bus company makes sense. You have one man that was in the business, is the minister. I hate to say I told you so. You recall me telling you that Chester moving from commissioner to CEO, that transport may be a big problem with solving things. Well, I agree with the minister, but the people where they say no right now, no, really, they think ahead, the future. They know the city, like that saying, you're the city forest for the leaves and the
Can't see the forest
But
for the
they
trees.
ain't hate, though. They ain't hate that the bus owners, they ain't.
Well, but it makes sense. Down the road, the only way, that one small country, you have 30 operators, they struggle. You get everybody together, like you said, get the assets, and now they say they want to use 3 accounting firms to come up with it and do the thing. I think it makes sense, like just takes time. Now, I have a question for Groove. Because when I used to go to a restaurant, I used to sit down and eat, and when I don't eat, I used to say, is the rules of the kitchen still apply when you can't pay for your food, you get in the kitchen and you wash pots?
You wash up.
Isn't there a rule like that for restaurants?
No, that was just one thing that they did, ad hoc thing that one restaurant would say, all right, you can't pay, come wash up. You can't pay and sweep out the place. But that's the way people used to do back in the day. Nowadays, nobody going back at the place go wash up. Nobody going to do that. So. But I hear you. I remember things like that.
I agree with the minister.
Okay.
One company, everybody gets employed. Everybody have shares in it, and I think it's going to work out.
Okay.
Don't put it.
Very good.
It's better for the country, better for everybody. After a while, you could sell your shares. You could sell out if you figure you want to get out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it all makes sense to me. I leave you guys.
All mischief. It's one of those things where I feel I respect the bus company, the private owners fight. But it's one of those battles where you ask yourself, is this a battle worth fighting? Because I think that we are end up there eventually. The fact that the government, they talk about it, that means that plans are already on the way. So I think that these companies need to weigh the options carefully and make the right decision and don't miss out on something that could be very lucrative for them.
Well, I don't know where I go down to, but the current administration, that even the last administration, they were serious about updating the bus fleet. So some of that has happened for the betterment.
Well, according to the
answer the car with talk buses, so contribute to the subject.
Yeah, according to the transport minister, they're planning on getting 50 new buses a year.
So there you go. So that benefits the the consumer, the people who ride the buses. So, you know, if the past minister never say, well, we're serious with updating these buses, we may still there with some bus when we belong on the road. So, you know, I don't know.
What Steve said, check Eric.
No, if we address some of the road issues we already have with. I mean, the race happen right now in the city. When a bus goes so, we come Vernon Street because they have to catch a light. So when that bus through more upon the street now, if you hurry come up so that they can catch the crowd where they're at the bus stop. They think not correct.
But how you are expecting the police to stop them when all the police ended at the checkpoint, the bell can?
Cremelo.
Yes, I was once Minister of Communication and Transport.
Okay.
When buses were introduced in Belize, particle service and others, then the Javanese and so on. No, I am in agreement to improve the system or the comfort, but I am very much worried about the displacement of little villages and farms. An example, here in San Ignacio, we have a two-bus service that cover that area: Bully Tree, Branchmouth, Santa Familia, Billy White, the Creed Duck Ranch, Spanish Lookout, Selena, Yalbach, and Tambos. No, those little bus services do that, carry the workers early in the morning, bring the students, and that has worked well, very good. They are not Floradas, but they are buses that are in good working condition. And the seats, I have seen them, the seats, just some of them I only repair. But you go and you get into big. When these areas, other areas, Cristo Rey, San Antonio, Georgeville, and all those areas served by little commuter buses. I am hearing people talking big about this multinational supersonic train and bus service that we're going to have. But I know in the Belize River Valley, there are many buses that serve Borel Boom, Katana Harbour, Flowers Bank, Bermuda, and all those other villages. A big company, a super company, actually will not be so interested in those little sprinkles that those little villages bring. But the bus is the lifeblood of rural Belize. Without those buses, you paralyze the entire school system. The hundreds of workers that go early in the morning all over the country, from San Ignacio, from Benquebeo, from Belmopan. No, you want to interfere with that system that has worked well. Well. All they need is restrictions to improve perhaps the seating condition and the tires and those things that a bus should have. But when you want to amalgamate all those services, I think they better think it out very clear, you know. Belize is not yet an advanced country. We are on our way to development. Still underdeveloped in some areas that people depend on these little services that are given right now to bring them potatoes, they hack. Florida don't want to put hack for the villages into their bus. But these little buses that are here, they do all that. They bring the dirty cocoa, bags of cocoa and plantain and nib it to the market. That's what keep our markets alive. These little old bus things, they call it, that are working. And I think that's where a difference should be made into rural services.
That can be managed though.
Urban cities.
But that can be managed, Don Hector. That can be managed.
Pardon?
I said that can be managed.
Yeah, I think they should work on that, you know. Try to differentiate rural services and city services. Put the best train for me to believe. Beautiful. Put air condition all over. But don't disrupt the little industry that are working all there. I leave you out with that. Thank you.
All right, good, great. Thanks for the input.
I think that respect to Don Hector, but I believe it's assumption because I think that I even give GOB. Because you know that, no matter what party you are, once you get in that kind of power and the big money start to get in your pocket, you're sometimes the things clearly enough. But I do believe that overall, when they decide to do a national company, they are going to look at every route that is run by every bus company right now. I don't believe that they are going to say which runs could we eliminate. I believe they're going to be looking to see which areas don't have adequate run that need bus service. Don Hector is right. In the rural areas, we depend a lot on bus services that go into the area. But a national bus service means that you are going to have express buses, you're going to have localized buses. These bus companies that have runs in rural north, I don't believe government and say, well, we not run in a rural north no more, we only run along the Philip Golson or the job. I don't think they're going to do that. That wouldn't be that would be the proper way to do it. You try to build runs, not take away.
All right, yeah. All right, we're talking buses. Carmelo.
What's up, guys? Morning.
Morning, Boca.
Yeah, guys and girl. Watch out. This bus thing, right? I have to agree. Groove are there with you, and are there it will mischief.
Boy.
Is that, but everything within a like Frisco, Lisa, Groove is that they have this old phrase that say, twice bitten, one shy, or one shy, twice bitten, but
once bitten, twice shy.
The same, I won't say the Brazilian administration, but the same administration and our People's United Party has came up with something similar to this, and it dropped the water with a lot of, I think that's one of the things that brought down that Musa administration government with the 30 million bus deal, which up to today, I don't think like 80% of Belizeans know what happened with that 30. But we all hear that from the political pundits and from some news media that the company got 30 million, and up to today, we don't know what's going on with the 30 million. But today, I think under Minister Zabane and this crew now, they're creating something which to me, I think it's viable. Why? Is that we all hear people calling this morning through, calling WB, calling other talk shows, send letters to the newspaper about the quality of buses, receive pictures on social media, how some buses, they say the street, the road, while the bus they run, when it rains, they get wet up, all sorts of little things. But one of the main things I think why this would work is that the first thing, take out political favors out of bus owners. Because the biggest problem is that I support this political party, I campaign or canvass for you. When my party wins, I was gay, you promised me a bus run, you better come up. Because I was put you up on social media, I just say you promised me.
Bus run that like land. They give a bus run the way when I give a land now.
Oh gosh, man.
And if your party lose, you support a political party, and they lose, they take what a bus run for you, and they give one for their friend, we create back the same problem. So to me, the safety, first of all, the safety of the commuters come first, and this latter racing on the road to beat this one to get passengers will have to stop. The second problem, I think we're looking at one half of this problem is that we're looking at just the buses that are those big buses. What happened? What will become of those little ones? I think the word they call them is the bositos.
Bositos.
It's like how Belize have the dollar taxi. Is that those little buses that pick up passengers within villages, what they're going to do with them if you have a national transport company? Will they join into this national transport company or will they still be
Naturally,
operated
as
under
long
our
as you're
taxi association? So things like
transportation
that,
company,
I
not
think,
just mean
solving
us.
half of the problem, you have to look at the other half, because one of the things in Belize, honestly, I know if you're our driver, is those Dalavan or West stop everywhere front of your window, they drive just to pick up and let off passengers, and you have to wait until they finish disembark and embark passengers.
Let's
They
go
don't have
deal
a
with one
set-
problem at a time, Boca. Left them Dalavan
Huh?
people alone because it's convenient to we when they stop where we want.
Yes,
That was
you
the
know,
council thing that.
and
yeah.
even
Yeah, that's
the
convenient to
buses
we.
on the highways that travel within villages, some of them, I'm not saying all, because I've been on a highway where buses actually use the bus stop. But some people, those buses that stop like taxi, if you live at a greenhouse, they stop at 2 more houses down you live, they actually will pull off and stop right at the house. And sometimes the bus stop is only have 20 yards for them to stop for everybody to disembark. So things like that, I
they
think
could get off
they
the
would
bus
have
too.
to work on within this national transport area. So that I agree, the highways, the commuters come first. So what you pay for, you get the quality of service. You know,
Frisco
so I
has book
think
if they ever
to
take
me,
party
one
to
national bus
arrange one.
company, I do it. But like I say, Groove, which I agree with you with, if you have a small bus owner thinking
Okay,
you're
let's
getting
stop agreeing
cheat
with
out,
you.
come together, get to an attorney, look over the proposal, and then get some advice before we go by emotions. Because I think half of the time, Belizeans like go by emotions before they read and look down the road where what happened. So
And Boca, you made a complaint about how you could see the road.
Somebody
You
would
made-
work if it set out properly. Thank
Boca, they
you.
hear me?
Yeah, you know.
Boca, not they hear me.
Yeah, you know.
Oh,
You can't hear
Thank you,
me
John.
talk at the same time. That's why.
yeah.
Go there.
What happened? The man made a bad mouth. The boss, you have to tell people about the good things about the bus because not only the bad things like you could see the floorboard, you could see the ground through the floorboard and thing, but the positive side, when the man, sometimes when it cold, the bus can catch fire. So, you know. But anyway,
Well, let me
this is
see.
one anything that's gonna be coming. So just prepare yourself. Yeah,
Well, you know, when the
it's gonna be-
pushback happens, you know how that go.
Yeah, well, yo, bro, people not like change, bro. The one thing in a life that is constant is change, and people do not like it. Everybody know that we complain, and when I say we, I don't mean the mornings too. I mean everybody complain about the current bus service. We complain about how the bus look. We complain that you get my bus and then they blast stupid music on this bus. You dey complain about bad behavior upon the bus, all kind of thing you dey complain. So when they say, all right, we are come out with buses we have camera, we are come out with buses where you just swipe your card to get in, then we don't want that, and that's the way it going. Whether or not we want it, that's the way it come.
Well,
So,
you know, it's been
just
done
prepare.
before. Tires across the street, blocking of the roads. We've seen that play out.
Yeah,
When
yeah,
people
but,
unsatisfied. But
when the national, when you say governments decide to move, and no matter how you feel about we government or whichever government, when one government decide to move, governments will move.
Of course.
Ram, we're talking buses. What up?
Where you want to
Yeah,
talk about,
greetings.
Ram?
Bye, bye.
Greetings, brothers and Sister Mona Lisa.
Hi,
The idea that the national bus transports, I agree, because in my travelings, I learned that around the world, that's what's make good improves in every bus company in many aspects. And not only to the commuter, also to the drivers, to the company, to the owners. Everybody come like in a union, you know, everybody, they look out for one another. And I agree that also that there might be a better control of how the boat's running, because why? When you left north between morning, you have two battles. When you left north and they tell you that our direct boats, and when you as soon as you left it start to like the man say from door to door until they reach a drop. That don't make no sense. And when you come back the same way from the terminal to almost to Paloti, like door to door, a whole of the street, you know. But it's very important to come united because I hear one of the man say, one of your callers say that Belize still under development. I know I understand that because Belize the right or wrong, all the other countries that are developed already. Belize is in Central America and the Caribbean. And most of the countries around Central America and the Caribbean, they have a very bad advanced bus companies. So I don't see why Belize are still behind. Sometimes I believe they keep on behind intentionally. And no because if they're behind, just intentional. Because you go west, down west, up north, Mexican side, any area you go, everything far advanced. And believe why you know advance here? To me, the intentional you know why advance. So it's very good that the companies and the thing, but everything because the bosses want improve. No, you say that they want got new bosses. Well, I hope that new and no. Because I got new second hand too. So I don't know which one are the new they're referring to.
Well, I think the categories will remain where they talk about different type of buses.
But the thing is, if they say new, maybe I'll say why. I'll tell you why I say new. When you go to the States and you buy buses, which is usually where people go buy buses, you have buses that you have company only use the bus for 1 year. Now, after 1 year, they put it aside, and then all those buses are available to sell. You know?
All right.
So, the last thing I want to wrap with, group say that I hear he said something or wrong, something, he run for something, or he run from something.
No, they run for the bus. We talk about bus.
No, Steve's name is on the ballot paper.
What is it, Frisco?
Man, non-political village council aspirant. Mm-hmm.
Okay. We tell her I the supporter as long as he run, but he not run a ground.
No. We just stay above water.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah, Ram.
You got it.
All right. All right, party people. No, so the question now, Groove, Elise. It seems that some 29 deportees will arrive, or has already arrived. To the Wednesday, might be tomorrow. Should that be a fanfare scenario, or because the question is, well, not the question, the way it's set up, that they're going to try to make it, away from all the fanfare. You think you should have all the fanfare, or allow these people to come in without all the cameras? What's your take on that, Lisa and Groove?
We're done with bus?
Yeah, we talk about 29 deportees. Clearly, you hear me. Not try to be mischievous.
No. I like when the callers call, we just pop and jump from topic to topic. I hate that one thing.
Yeah,
but anyway, what was the question? What was the question?
About the deportees, should the cameras be there?
Make them people come in quietly. Make the people come in quietly. They're none of we business.
Just let's hope they come in and behave. That's all.
It's none of our business. They're not no sideshow. They are the victims of an idiot action across those United States. So I don't think that we should have no fashion show at deportees coming back to Belize, because it could be anyone away, So make these people come in, live their life, and try to get back the foreign part them belong, because somebody going back home through the back. I mean, come on, stop playing.
Well,
Make them people come in and do what they want.
Okay.
My gosh.
Well, the media might not share that view because, everybody's...
Well, that's because the media heartless sometimes.
Lights, camera, action. But anyway, it seems that that's the way it will be done. There is information of deportees coming in, 29. I don't know who are the 29. They say that the deplaning will take place at the SAD taxiway out of the view, as they don't want, the lights, camera.
Exactly.
If they don't want
camera action.
Why would you go there? I mean, come now, really.
And the thing is,
one of her stories saying same transport from bus to plane.
Yeah. I challenge media houses who I know going out there that if you do take pictures, blur the faces, because again, these are human beings. These are people that gonna try better than life. I hear that the majority of people that are getting deported, they're not even criminals. The majority of them are just for being in the wrong place at the wrong time and speaking the wrong way and having the wrong color. So give these people a break and make them come back. They don't feel bad enough as it is, so we have to decide whether our, and when I say our, I don't mean XTVs and Crim, but our Belizean media, are we going for sensationalism or are we going for hard-hitting news? This is not hard-hitting news. This is sensationalism.
Okay. So yeah, that. Where's the rest? Is that the other information? Yeah. Also, it's the communication.
Where?
Somebody was told, or wherever this communication is coming from, our news editor. GOB is reviewing to determine if there are any the deportees should be worried about. I don't know who to come in, who are the 29, and if any persons coming in pose any risk. So a lot of information we're not privy to yet. Who's the 29? But yeah.
I can tell you, if they have people that are criminals coming back, police department will know.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
You will deal with the criminals coming back differently than you deal with the people that come back because they overstayed in visa.
Yeah.
Because they gone to these people's work and deport them. Then the people, we not to worry about them there. We need to worry about the criminals. That's not the police problem. Just make the people come back in peace.
Yep. Carmelo, we're talking deportees.
A police problem until it's not a police problem.
The man to push for his agenda, he will give everybody $1,000.
What you talk about now?
If they come in free will, Trump, I have the name of administration, they give everybody $1,000 who come in on their own, and then they just ship them out.
Okay, well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Right now, we talk about 29 deportees that come in.
Well, that's why we here.
You think they come in panelly 1,000? I feel like ICE rungs them up though. That's what I believe.
All right.
Yeah.
You think they come in voluntarily, group, or you think they take 1,000?
No, nobody are
take no damn 1,000, right?
Yeah, nobody are coming in voluntarily. And I tell you,
they're still gonna try to see whatever they can do, however they can make it, even though everything is rough, because that's what you keep hearing. It's rough over there. It's so hard. It's this, it's that. But they're still gonna try their best.
Yeah.
So next question on that. You think
there was a story? There was a story a few years ago of a criminal that the police department made to try and get, but they couldn't get this guy, and they made up a story that this guy won like $3 million in a lottery. And the guy heard the story, I guess he saw the news, and literally went to collect his $3 million, and when they get there, they handcuff him and put him in jail. So I believe a lot of people feel like that's the way Trump would have do. I would put it past Trump to say, I want to give you $1,000, and when you get there, say, hey, like
no, but it's $1,000 for you to come back willingly, remember?
Yeah, but you think I come back for $1,000 when I could make $10,000 if I just keep my head low and stay there? I know I'm good bribe. You know what I hear they want to make a game show now about becoming a citizens with immigrants. They round up immigrants and they're gonna compete to become a U.S. citizen, pushing this idea. Yo, this is...
So are you, the question, are you surprised of the low number? Because initially, when Trump just get in, people made it talk about by a couple thousands of people that come back.
My boy, remember, I thought you're not done yet. But remember,
but still, 29 still low at this point, at this juncture.
But remember where we made it say? From the time this thing started, we made it say we don't even get more than 100.
Yeah, you did.
I don't think we can get more than 100.
Yeah, you did.
But what happened that only one deportation going on.
I know, but still, say,
That is only the
initially
start.
people believe that right away, couple thousand
me a
and they get
fool.
pushed back, you know?
Yeah.
So 29 not sound like a lot. That sound like a normal course of deportation will happen on a regular. No, I don't know on a regular basis how many people get deported, but
I hear
29
right
are
now
not significant.
Congress is trying to figure out how to deport all the Republicans out of Trump behind because mother heck, I don't know where they go on over there.
Yeah.
Yes.
I grab a break. Yeah. Let me see here. So let me backtrack. Where is it? One story says, I don't think they show them. It should be private or be a private return. And going back, one steward's point of view on the bus. A one-man bus company can't work. I don't think now one man now. A government-run entity. So clarify that for me there, Mr. I don't think now one man. They not give one person for run. I think the ministry will create one board. If that's the way it work, right, Goof? You create one board or create a management team.
Good.
Yeah. I don't think that one man will run the show.
That's the way it should work.
That's the way it should work. There you go. All right, we grab this break. We'll be right back.
Okay.
Hump day.
Why the long face?
For 50
Walking into Wednesdays. Put it up, put it up. Do the walk, do the walk.
When you're walking in.
Let me get my drink too. There you go.
Right. Make sure you got your two.
Something cold. Like a lime juice with ice. Frosty.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I got no lime juice, but I got water. So, that's the next best thing.
H2O.
That's the next best thing. Stay hydrated.
Cool, refreshing drink. Mm-hmm.
And lemonade.
I got Coca-Cola.
Well, we know you like your coagula.
Coca-Cola.
It have to be ice cold. Ice cold.
Boy, that would be something.
Yeah, next to
very ice cold. Doesn't say it. So what else is happening throughout the world? We not got one loyal opposition yet, true?
Why do you ask?
I didn't want to talk about it.
Why do you ask?
That's why I know.
Yeah. Stay on track.
What's going on, boss man?
Where to go out with Cash LA?
Yes, sir. Well, when you're talking about immigration in California or in Los Angeles, they are not playing right now. They got about 10 of my friends locked up right now. ICE. I don't know if people are telling them, snitching them, or going through their job process. A couple of ICE agents followed my friend from his house to his work. While he was going to work, 2 blocks on the street, they pull him over. There's nothing but ICE agents. So it seemed like they had a sting against him, but they got a sting going on. And right now in Los Angeles, or even any part of the West Coast, when you get caught by ICE, they send you straight to Washington, the state of Washington. So you're not in California when ICE pick you up, right? They take you to Washington. So basically,
the White House with the other criminals.
People with all crimes like possession of sales, stock, and domestic buying and stuff like that. You know, you could do a crime 20 years ago. You know, a lot of people got green cards here in America. A green card is an opportunity. It's not a right. You know what I'm saying? It's opportunity. It's not a right. So you got to be careful when you got a green card. A lot of people here with green cards,
like one of them. Pretty talk like one of them.
A lot of people with green cards can't get their United States documents because they got criminal histories. So they got to stay with their green card until whatever happens. But another friend of mine's, he was arrested about 25 years ago for possession of sales of marijuana and crack cocaine. Had a trucking company. Doing real good. Went to Belize for a vacation. Then when he left Belize and went to Houston, the immigration said, "Sir, we got a crime here from 25 years ago. But we don't allow possession of sales back into our country again. So you got to go back to Belize." But yes, people are getting hemmed up left to right now. Thank God I'm American. I'd have been deported years ago. You know what I'm saying? Because, like I said, every time I come back from Belize to Houston or Miami, they go through my record to see me as a road boy back in the day. So I get held up every so often.
Got your point. Yeah.
Yeah, but like I said, it's been very dangerous, this ICE thing and everything. But anyway, guys.
11, baby.
Hey, it's easy to get back to America, though. Once you got your ID, you get deported, it's easy to come back to America. I see it all the time. Hey, peace.
Yes, it's 7-Eleven. The best time to go back to America.
7-Eleven, baby.
That's right. The best, easiest way to get to America to go right by Flow Show, jump in at the water and start to backpedal across the Gulf of America till you hit the Dingleberry of America, Florida. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, 7 minutes after 11 o'clock, this is the 1 minute where you are given to do anything that you need to do as long as it is legal.
One story says the government should be the owner of those buses. Why can't they take that over and have good experienced drivers safety first?
What about
The other
Yeah,
steward
but
was
again,
saying the one-man bus company. Well, he says he was referring to the status quo now with different companies owned by a couple individuals. He says that they don't have the capital to invest in new safe buses, can't have anyone owning a route, have a national system where buses run all over the country, have properly trained drivers who are monitored, their hours of driving, drug and alcohol testing.
person up on Farin was sending that message.
This,
Up on Farin.
yeah, what you know what to go at
You
you?
can tell up on Farin.
They buy rubbish or junk buses and put the traveling public at risk.
It's true.
Yeah.
Me can tell you something. You see the Metropolitan Transit Authority, one of the best transit system in the world.
Yes.
You know what they do? When for them bus go out during the day and then come back, they go to a bay where if there's no problem with the bus, they just park the bus for the next day. But if there's a problem, they have mechanics 24 hours around the clock that will fix these buses and get these buses running. They are replaced by the parts, whatever it takes. And I don't believe we have to be careful when we think about this, because a couple of the people that responded said that get trained drivers. I think what's going to happen, I don't believe no driver going to lose their job. What the government might tell them is you need to go through a training. But I don't think that they're going to say, oh, move out then the driver, we got what's set. I don't think that's going to happen, because the idea is not to let anybody lose their job.
Yeah. It would be a training to
meet a standard.
Yeah, meet a certain standard or what is required of them. That would be the type of thing. No, again, remember now the bus people disagree with the whole
but I
national bus company.
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
I know that.
I'm hoping that they would look at it differently. Sleep on it again, and you know, if you have concerns, voice your concerns, put up their suggestions and everything, and work towards bettering our transportation system.
This has been brought up several times, and
I know.
You can't judge what's happening now by what happened before. You could only learn from what you did. Where I think the bus company should have done, serious. They always say do this even privately. Sit down with a piece of paper and write down what all the negatives would be if you were to go into this company, and write down what all the positives would be.
All the pros and all the cons.
Yeah, all the pros and all the cons. That's the one way right front of your eyes that you could see it. Maybe you don't want to do it because our tradition that my grandpa started this run. I don't want to give up this run. This is my family, but I don't want to. But the thing is, I believe that you will still have your individual identities. I don't know a commander like one color, but I'm pretty sure you'll be operated by individual. I don't know. Just gonna look on this thing good, because again, one tidal wave to come, where if you're not prepare for it, and just washing out of business. So it's better to prepare for the tidal wave and don't get swept away by it. Surf on top of it. You know what you like that, Lise? Not get washed away by the wave. Surf on top of it. Why?
I hear that.
Thank you. All right, very good. Very good. Casale says this is when we were talking about mental illness. I know something else we didn't speak about.
Yeah.
When I saw the interview they did with that woman, that woman didn't sound or appear to be mentally ill. That woman sounded sophisticated. She sounded smart. If I made a deal with her, I don't think I would have been able to
think anything of.
Yeah, I would not be able to think
a
so.
mental problem.
Yep. So for them people where they say spoon and jam it, and not we Jeremy, but the company should have known and seen. It wasn't that easy, because I was listening to that interview, and the first thing that caught me was, damn, she sound good. She sound together. You know, I believe the story when she was saying, "Oh, and I had money in my thing, and I went to."
Yeah.
You know,
it might just be it might be a thing. It's a maybe a failure to grasp the certain realities. Might be the problem there.
But you see,
but behavior might not be the problem.
Yeah, you see, but her brother also said that she has she kind of likes fire, you know. So that's another thing. But I want to tell you what this what this does. This is not a woman that's violent. This is not a woman. Well, actually, according to news reports, she was charged with a very serious crime, the foreign, you know, a very serious crime.
But some people made it born out the brother because they say, "How the brother would just throw the sister under the bus like that?"
No, but that not throw under the bus, bro. That's the thing. The brother asked for her not to get bail. He said because she has no place to go. You know, she has no place to go. So he was hoping that maybe she could get treatment or something where she was. But he don't know that we treatment center at jail. So apparently the brother got in touch with Albert Magdaleno and is trying to get her back to the United States where she could get treatment. Yeah. But again, man, I really think that we need to, even if we know have or know people like this, we need to advocate for people like this because I don't want to see somebody that's mentally ill that jail. I don't care what you call it. It's still that jail, you know? And they know, I'm pretty sure people know when they're dead at jail and when they're not dead at jail, you know? So, yeah.
All right, so I'm going to read this. And every time I read it twice. I read it twice, sorry.
Yeah, you chuckle.
I read it twice and I laugh.
Just to make sure.
So I read it again. On Monday night, leader of the opposition, Tracy Panton, posted on her Facebook page that she agrees with Justice Nadine Nabi's ruling in the High Court on May 15 concerning the SOE in 2020. In 2020. Which was challenged by 16 men, blah, 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 and is now calling on the government to pay damages awarded to the High Court. Every time I read that, I laugh. Ain't the pot calling the kettle black?
Isn't that her party?
Isn't the pot calling the kettle and the kettle and the pot and the pot?
Isn't that her party that did it wrong now that we have to pay?
Man, you signed off on that stuff. Come on, get the hell out of here with that.
Yo, bro, this is what we're always saying, bro, that's why we need to have both of these parties sit down on our crime bill. Because whatever one party do that they feel is perfect when they do it, and terrible when the next party they do it. And whatever they did that come out wrong, I'm about to tell you, it's a joke.
I've been there, SOE.
Yep, we continue believing that.
Oh, yeah. Every time I see that laugh, and I'm like, what the hell is that? Did I just read?
We need to start
what
to
vote. I thought it was a fake.
Yeah, we need to start to vote for, we need to start to vote for individuals and not for party. We need to stop vote straight down the line, bull crap, and pick and choose who we will vote for because it ain't funny no more, man. It ain't funny. When you could come out with a straight face and put out, and I don't talk about just straight, I talk about politicians on a whole, will come out with a straight face and tell you something with a straight face. And you know that they lie to you. I never forget a politician come up to me, haul out the boys, and start to peep it on my foot, and the man look at me and tell me, boy, say this is a nice cool rain with the condom through. And I tell her, no, stop peep it on my foot. What do you mean?
We take a pause for the cause and send a shout out to one of our faithful stewards who, whenever she has the opportunity, do not touch her television.
Touch your telly.
You know, ramp with me. You hear what Michael Land said? Don't touch that. Don't ramp with me. Yeah.
Don't ramp with me radio.
No ramp with me radio, no ramp with me TV. Anyway, my name is Desiree
Right.
Meggs.
Nope.
It's Desiree.
Also, Miss Data. Miss Data is
Oh.
don't touch her radio. Don't touch her TV or her radio.
Yes,
And
never play.
yesterday, Donald Trump did send condolences or sympathies to the Biden family, saying that Joe Biden had stage 9 cancer. Now, yes, I mean, stage 9 cancer. If you had stage 9 cancer, you done to the heaven. You know, I know Ford as high as they go, but Trump say it was bigly.
Okay, talking about cancer, the Cancer Society is having a walk this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Walking
Okay.
for Hope, United for a Cancer-Free Future.
Yeah.
This leaves at 3:30 a.m. from a Shell One Stop gas station on the boulevard and at Palotti bus stop on the highway. So I believe they come up to Ladyville, then they walk from there.
Speaking about walking for hope, there's an old movie actor that a lot of people don't know, a guy named Bob Hope. He was a comedian. Bob Hope died. And there was a well-known black politician and activist named Jesse Jackson. And somehow a joke came around. Oh, Jesse Jackson's famous line when he was running for president was, "Keep hope alive, keep hope alive." That's how he used to say it. So when Bob Hope finally died, they showed you Jesse Jackson standing next to Bob Hope saying, "Keep hope alive, keep hope alive." Anyway, never mind. It was, I guess you had to have been there.
Yeah, I know it. I used to like him, Bob Hope, at least especially.
Of course.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. What else?
What we got? We got girly words. We got.
Hold on.
We got.
I want to land this one because
Playing
Groove. You brought it up
John,
yesterday. You brought it up yesterday that and it was in the news.
Blame me again. Yeah.
So remember now there's a lawsuit, right? That ASR BSI suing
Yes.
Belize sugarcane farmers for losses.
Mm-hmm.
Now if they win that, damages somewhere around 1.5 million.
Million with a im, with a me. With a me.
And as they say, the devil is in the details.
Of course.
Right.
The government of Belize in 2022 committed to an indemnity clause where should any legal claim arise because of the protest then, that is a part of the quelling of the quelling of the protest action that was put in there. So
Very well.
if you lose the $1.5 million claim, that's going to come from the taxpayers.
Yes.
We gonna pay that.
Yes.
Put that on the bill right there. So
That's right. Waiter,
check,
put that
please.
on the bill. Yes, put that on the bill.
So yeah, what say you? You're willing in the name
Ladies first,
of
my
the
dear.
Cane Farmers Association, you're willing to foot the bill?
Love looks sophisticated today. Normally she got that beautiful, sexy look. Today she
Answer the
has
question.
beautiful-
Talk about no love. You
Hold
willing
on,
to
at
foot
the
the bill?
curtain. Hold on. She got the beautiful, sophisticated look today.
All right.
Go ahead, Miss Love. Man, interrupt me in the middle of my quote.
I say flip the bill.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You willing to take one for the team? That's basically you take one for the team.
Yeah, that is just
Exactly.
that's me. Take one for the team. Flip the bill. Just flip the bill, man.
You know why? The beautiful Miss Love to take one for the team?
Why?
Because we take one for like how much? $76 million the other day. We take that for the team.
With an
Yes. With a meal. With a meal.
With a meal.
With a meal. So I don't mind take this for the team, bro, because the cane farmers against ASR BSI, that David against Goliath.
Right.
And at some point, you want to feel that, my country got me back. And I think that just to ease the tension, the Prime Minister, $1 million or something, $1.5 million, that's nothing to GOB. So I think that was $1.5 million well spent. I believe it's going to come in handy to the cane farmers. And I got no problem, with putting that the bill.
Yeah, I would say.
You don't have a problem with it then?
What say you?
With your gun control. You know, better in time we hear when it come out of the lips where they flap. It's still only the flap.
Touch it.
Oh Lord, I got it off. Sorry about that. That's terrible.
You kept saying that.
Oh man.
No, put it up because when you know,
listen to us.
Whenever you say, "Why?" Well, taxpayers have a foot on a bill for a decision the government made. You know, some people know that not so easy with individuals. So
yeah, ultimately,
but it depends on the decision.
Depends
on for what.
That's why I asked the question. Right.
Yeah. Because if government foot the bill to save the hospital to do something, we like that. Mm-hmm. If government decide, we are put the tax bill during Christmas, we like that. So if government say, we have one national industry where they in a serious struggle right now, and we are put the power of the government purse behind it, I think that's a good thing. I think it motivates the cane farmers to make them know, they got way back and stuff like that. So I think it's a good move. I think it's a good move. And again, all the political pundits out there, I notice how we could go for beat down one party right down to big day up again. We not partial. Yes, that's right. You give props where props do. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes. That's why I know I trick now. I wanted to bring this forecaster on when we come on, but I'm gonna wait.
Go there. It's an opportune time. Hit it.
It's an opportune time because it was hard. This young woman is the daughter of Miss Margaret and Mr. Philip Enward. She is valedictorian in her class, Frisco. Mm-hmm. Yes. And Sadie graduated magna cum laude. Ladies and gentlemen, say the N-word.
Say the N-word.
Go ahead, I dare you. Yes.
Say the N-word.
Say the N-word. Go ahead, Miss N-word.
Say it. But you're no bad.
Yes.
Yeah, so here's your weather for today.
Terrible.
All right. It says seasonably warm and dry conditions continue to dominate our area. Mostly sunny skies today and clear to partly cloudy skies tonight. Little or no rain is expected. Winds blowing east-southeast at 10 to 20 knots. The sea state is moderate. Waves beyond the reef 4 to 6 feet.
What?
Temperature 4 to 6 feet.
Groove, are you here?
I hear 46.
I hear 46 feet. I like it. Watch out. Tsunami.
Wee.
Right.
Temperatures for today on the coast, 90 degrees of Fahrenheit. Inland areas, 99 degrees of Fahrenheit. And in the hills.
That's too hot for sing.
Right. And in the hills, it's 83 degrees of Fahrenheit. So this is your heat alert. Maximum temperatures. Inland are expected to reach or exceed 97 degrees. Residents, especially those inland, are advised to stay hydrated and avoid outdoor activities as much as possible, especially during the afternoon hours. Did you hear that, Steve?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
We are currently experiencing a low tide. A high tide comes in at 5:56. Another low is on schedule at 11:35 tonight.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset this evening.
101 minutes to 8.
And the moon will set just after 1 o'clock, a minute, and will rise at 1:36 early Thursday morning. In our outlook, this is through to Thursday night. Fair, warm, and mostly dry conditions will continue on Thursday. Then a slight increase in moisture is expected Thursday night. The boy called it.
Hi, Jer.
The models and they with it, by the models and they on.
That's right.
Hi, Jer. Our forecaster is Tariq Matthews, and that's your weather.
Thank you very much, Tariq Matthews and Sadie N-word for that weather. Ladies and gentlemen, we never had somebody from Islamabad here before, but Yes, very international weather today. This is Mr. What? Mathangin? Mr. Mathangin.
Uh-oh.
Yes. Guess what are your first name, Lise?
I don't want to know.
Tuck. Ladies and gentlemen, Tuck Mathangin. Tuck Mathangin. Come on, Frisco, think about it.
I know you're not good enough, so.
You missed it?
Well, inquire. I put all inquiries offline because I know it's not good.
Yeah.
Tuck my thing in.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I tell you, Lisa, I got a dirty mind too.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Like,
yep. Colville just said, Steve, the citrus growers need help too. They're taking a licking down south. Come on, Colville, this is a family show.
You can't be talking about licking on a show like that. I mean, come on.
Just be throwing out them things.
Oh, man.
Wait. All right, let's get the models going because, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You try to give you the heads up on what's happening or what's to come. I like when the models are going to, when the models, they, you know, agree with the scenario.
Okay, there it is.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, it all depends on which model you're used to or using. There's a GFS and there's a Euro. But somewhere into Thursday and Friday, they, you know, does show some, you know, shower activity here and there into Saturday.
Right.
And let's see how Sunday. I mean, Sunday don't look that bad, but I mean, yeah. There will be some moist scenarios going on. Some cloud cover and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, how significant? You know, we don't know. Where? You know, could be anywhere. That's the thing. When moisture arrives, it behaves. It has its own thing. Like when I leave, front came down the other day with some of the moisture initially.
Yeah.
But when it came down, most of it moved offshore.
Okay.
Meanwhile,
That's the thing we don't like about moisture, man, that the dampness of the whole thing.
Yeah. So, you know, I mean, it's you know, it's isolated. It could be anywhere within the country. Could experience, you know, cloudy periods, light rain, maybe more heavy rain, depending on where you are.
I think you missed it again, Steve.
Probably so.
He did. Yes, he did.
Yeah. All right. But yeah. Oh, heads up.
Thank you very much, Chuck Mathangin, for that. Whether say hello to Mrs. Mathangin for me when you finally see
All right. Let's go to hell.
Go to hell.
Uh-oh.
Go to hell.
What? I don't know if that's the way you say, Marlon. If that's what he said.
Yeah, I said, check your early heads up on what's happening, what's to come. That damn Marlon. Aye, boy.
Why? But we listeners, man. So,
half of the time, you know, lately, half of the time, when Marlon tell me I can't step on radio and TV.
No, man.
Yeah.
Become a very stewing individual.
Exactly, you know. I don't think that we the teach with listeners bad, our listeners the teach we bad.
What? So what's up for sale?
It was somebody up here yesterday.
Man.
Ooh. I just been to tell Lisa and Frisco yesterday that they got mango from for them tree and we don't got none that crooked tree. So they have to start to send down bucket of mangoes to crooked tree.
All right.
Yes.
All right, so go to hell.
You know that why that? Because we're not going to opposition. We're not going to loyal opposition.
That's why. That's why the mango don't want to be here. All right.
I tell you.
Correct.
How you mean?
Okay.
Alrighty.
No, we're talking about reboot. And sometimes when you reboot, you do a little bit of fasting. No, I mean, there's levels to that fasting thing. And you don't have to go totally cold turkey.
That's a pun if you're talking about fasting and cold turkey.
There you go. So, you could try this. And in the meantime, this will help you cleanse the liver, they say.
Not the liver.
I fast slowly.
Yes, I know. So, you could try this one.
Okay.
This fast.
First of all, is fasting good for you? Is fasting medically and scientifically proven good for you? Are there
Many
benefits?
studies have shown what 3-day fasting does kind of do a detoxing.
Really?
Yeah, 3 days, but it might be too hectic and drastic for some people.
See why, man?
No trust you, why I need that. No trust you, why I need that. Well, for those of you who don't want to go to that drastic fasting, you're not supposed to try one good purge. That way the lady knew when make purge be. Where Miss J, you don't need one good Miss J purge and a 1 day. When you do a purge, you lose 20 pounds.
Have you taken it, Steve?
I pray for purge, guy. I pray something come out when it's supposed to come out.
Exactly. I see somebody pass and live up. Yes.
Like, why my gizzard there? Like, why my gizzard there in the toilet?
They tell you, 2 cry, I want gizzard.
So,
yes.
Let's do this one involving eating only fruits and vegetables.
That's not bad.
For 3 days.
3 days.
Nothing but fruits and vegetables. Or drinking fruit juice or vegetable juice. If you if you could do it like that.
Hi.
What I miss? What did I miss?
Hi.
Where I miss? Where I miss?
Make a point that group. Make a point that group. Hi.
I know. I figure it. Eat fruit and vegetables. Including cucumber if you want.
Cucumber. But it's us. Ladies and gentlemen, once more we apologize. This is normally a professional.
Hold on, so
yes. Blow in the eye. At least blow in the eye.
So when I Steve joke going on my eye. Hold on.
I see when at times something going on my eye and Dana so make a blow in there. When Dana peel up my eye and blow in there, I feel my whole eyeball spinning in my head. Like the guy, it may wasn't anything we drop in there.
So yeah, no.
What if it says you want a good purge by?
No say it.
Oh, by one of them things.
Yes, one of them things. Yes.
I look bored.
That used to happen, it don't happen anymore. I don't know. They changed their fact. They changed
the recipe.
They changed their fact. But anyway, serious now. Let's go, guys. Yeah. I don't want. I mean, and then again, goddamn fruits and vegetables so expensive. You see, that's a problem. But can we?
From last night, you keep saying goddamn. He was.
God damn it.
Therapy. He said it.
No, I mean, I would try it, and I would encourage our stewards to try it. Mix up some vegetables. If you got a juicer, however it is, you can get a juice. Mix up some fruits and vegetables, and just drink that. You drink it if you want, eat it if you want. For 3 days. And see how you feel after that.
You do it and then I'll do it.
I would really want to try that.
No cheating. You can't,
no bread, no rice, no meat, no none of that. Just fruits and vegetables. No sugar neither. No sugar.
No. You get that from the fruits and veg.
Right. I'd want to. How you go?
Yeah, you need a variety to begin with. You can't just think one thing.
Yeah.
You need a variety, and I mean fruits not bad. I think that I could go 3 days to eat lone fruit, so I could do that. Adam and Eve did it for a long time.
Right, but you know the temptation, right? Bread and rice and.
Yeah, but the thing is, I've always looked at food as just fuel. Sometimes you want to put in high octane fuel after when you eat one leaf from. But generally, you could run on regular fuel. And there's a lot of time when I get hungry, when I say, yo, I don't care, just
if that just bread and butter, give me. I just want to not get hungry right now. And that, so yeah.
Rita says she drink only lemon water. I don't think I could have just got alone lemon water. That one of the drastic things.
Yeah, the water thing, I don't go with that.
Yeah.
Well, the cost of lemon right now is it's a lot.
Now I could drink just water, but that I mean, if you go handle it, I mean but that's drastic. That
But the way lemon water do.
I don't know. Just drink it. That's all you want to drink.
But won't that give you a high acidity content in your inside, in your nostrils?
That's all you want to drink. So I don't know. I don't know.
I tell you something. I believe that when God made us, He never make way for fast or nothing like that. You just eat everything. You could eat anything on this planet to moderation.
Crazy,
No, but ain't that most of it in a bad way because of the over splurging out. So they say, well, detoxifying.
Oh, that's why I mean I go there again. See why?
You say that too.
Steve.
Yes.
I mean, I would want to try it.
Want purge?
No.
Oh. What you saying so far?
That's the one thing I don't like in a life.
Want purge?
Yeah.
I remember one man we had one cold, and it done me weak already. And somebody that a genius tell him, boy, what you need them a purge. When the man take the purge, 3 days later, the man head eye drop way back in a head. Like you could have a push one tomato in the eye socket where eye drop so far back, the man lose so much weight.
Why you reach for a tomato? Because you have tomatoes?
Oh, because me right there. I could have grab one potato, but I never wanted that.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
It's 11:40.
You know what that means?
Yes, we got to take a break. Anybody want to add anything before we do that?
Mm-hmm.
If anybody want what?
Add anything before we do that?
Yeah, I was busy reading with CY and just now.
I see why. I see why.
I need prayers.
But you said that could also be like a medicinal food. You need a purge? Go buy one among that. I mean, yes.
Back in they used to give you Cena salt, Cena
peanut Epsom salt.
Salt, yeah. Then when I done it, give you cream of tartar.
They give you they also used to give the worm medicine, the worm out. The wits worm.
Yeah, the wits.
Mm-hmm.
The wit spills. You know that make you lose your wits.
Yeah, I know.
The wit spill. I thought that was a nerve food, right?
No, they had the worm out.
They had the worm pills too. I made brand of it.
What was nerve food?
The syrup. The wits nerves and nerves.
Nerve of blood.
Bone and nerves or
one nerve food. Realistically, if that was made today, what would that be? What did the nerve food handle? Did that like calm you? What did nerve food do?
That when they say?
Let's Google it.
Ronald says that lemon lime water detoxifies the liver, makes the body's pH balance more alkaline, like a battery, a state of health. Well, the only thing I know about liver is that song that says, you make your knees freeze, your back crack, your liver quiver. You like it like that.
Right there, gonna break Lisa. Right there's a.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it says nerve food can refer to foods that support nerves, health, and function.
When they said that was in the pill, whatever the nerve, I don't know, whatever that was, but I don't know if it worked or not.
You got some nerve to say that.
Yeah, you got some nerve, yeah.
Well, fish is a good nerve food, but when we come back, we can talk about it for a few minutes.
I never even know that you need to eat thing where got battery alkaline in there. I'm missing that alkaline thing song and they in a battery.
So, what was supposed to be in the nerve food should allow you to think easier and sleep better?
I think then the kind of thing. Then they that potion where snake oil salesman sell.
That, my mind I had to think, guys. If you stress, I don't know.
Like one snake. How you want measure that? How you want measure if this do work?
No, but you know,
there's
certain chemicals are in your brain and the body and food and we help how the mind works or the brain works, I guess.
Yep.
Especially if you're stressed. All these damn kids.
I think that's a placebo kind of medicine, because I think that if you have something like blood pressure, where if you take a pill, you could look at your blood pressure and see the reaction of that pill. But when you take nerve food, there is nothing tangible where you could measure. So the only thing I believe that just the fact of you taking
it,
the
isn't
nerve
a placebo
food,
effect?
Yeah, give you a placebo effect and tell you whether or not. Miss Ellen Sue says magnesium and B complex. Yes, I rather be simplex, and I like nothing so complex.
Well, there's magnesium along with calcium.
Calcium.
What else? There's another one.
There's Doctor Strange, but that's in Marvel. Magnesium is a part of the X-Men.
I don't go on the radio and I'll come back. Why not?
You shut up, continue.
I'll go right now. We'll be right back.
Whether you are a busy person or
Today is the day you've been waiting for. Today is your birthday. We just can't wait to celebrate. Because today is your birthday. Today is a very special day. Tonight, we gonna party. We just can't wait to celebrate. Because today is your birthday.
Today is your birthday. Somebody celebrating a birthday today. That's what's up inside your hump day. Boy! Two pair of feet, no one pair of feet.
Bye. Yes. The nice pair of feet and the not so nice pair of feet. About the two are nice.
So who birthday?
My pair of feet celebrating. Huh?
Who birthday?
Mike birthday.
Okay.
Happy birthday to you, Mike. Hope you have many more, sir. Enjoy your day. And also respect to me lion. D Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
My name is D Nice, though I hate to admit it. Busting out lyrics and they don't know how I did it.
Boy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, how you mean? This is the one and only Justin Lewis, a.k.a. Fodo. Happy birthday to you, Fodo. Yes, hope you have many more. And that's coming to you from your all your friends and family, your sisters, and your mother.
Fodo.
From your mother.
Yeah, that's all right. Got it.
That's it? That's all you got?
Well, never. Well, we got girly word, got man's perspectives.
Hold on.
He's looking on the book.
Maybe two. I already see two, yeah. But it is what it is. So let me find it too.
It was a very low delivery day.
Bella Bree Hugh celebrating a birthday today.
Yes.
And Shamira M. Stewart, birthday today.
Yes.
All of a sudden I get one whiff of sage in the air.
Really?
Yeah. Smell sage.
Do you know that?
High sage scent. Where is that
That's
coming
one
from?
of those. That's one of the few spices that was lucky enough.
That big city walking here, you know, calling sage.
Yeah, there you go. Smell like sage cologne. But that sage is one of very few seasoning that made it into a name of a song, you know. Yeah, parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme. Okay. There was a song that said, "Are you going to Scarborough Fair? Parsley, sage, rosemary, and thyme." Anyway, never mind.
Here you go. No, I mean, listen, I mean, I know. Every day you learn.
It's an old Beatles song.
Okay.
But yes, all right.
Dan no limb.
What we got?
Hold on. Somebody sent me a birthday just now, a late birthday. Let me push this out. Where is it? Where's the crew? Where's the crew?
I blame Ronald.
For?
Somebody from Spooner said I thought they will be putting out that oxtail recipe as a special.
That's what I would do.
But they will be taking cash only.
Man.
Oh gosh.
That's what I would do.
I try to find the crew, but I don't know why I'm not to find there.
What did you do to us?
All right, there it is. So let me send this birthday request. All right, anytime you're ready, go put that up.
Bring any food with this time or eat outside now?
All right, this is Rose Hill celebrating a birthday today, coming from your sister-in-law, the one and only Honey.
Honey who?
Honey
Lewis.
Honey Lewis, yes. Fiona.
Okay. Happy birthday to you, Miss Hill.
Yes. Many more birthdays to come.
I don't know if I'm ready to see why.
Brick come in with food or eat it on the step today?
No, Sage the man come in with. Let's get a girly word.
Came in with sage. Did he light the incense?
Please, I hope he never do it. If they go like that, you like the incense outside.
It says, let your positive energy light up the day and inspire others around you. Good morning.
Oh, girly. Can't get no more girly than that.
Very good. That girly is what I ever heard. Well, all right.
I'm a girl. So let your positive energy light up the day and inspire others around you.
That's right.
Morning.
Very girly, very estrogen-filled girly word today. Beautiful thing. This is probably one of the most testosterone-filled man's perspective ever in the history of man's perspective. This man's perspective says simply.
Why?
Sometimes
Elliot.
That's a guy.
Yes.
That's a guy.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Yes.
Anytime.
Sometimes you have to get rid of a fly with a sledgehammer. It's not about the fly. It's about the flies that are watching. That's right. Sometimes you have to get rid of a fly with a sledgehammer. It's not about the fly. It's about the flies that are watching. Confucius once said that the way to, it said when a mosquito bites you on your testicles,
oh Lord,
that is a way that you could see that not everything is dealt with violence. You know, because, you know, I use my sledgehammer if a mosquito bites you on your testicles, you know. So, what? I try to get the point across.
Oh Lord. You know what? I good. All of a sudden, I imagine testicles.
Imagine that. I mean, has that ever happened to you before?
That's what you did.
Not every situation.
Visited by a mosquito.
Not every situation. What? Needs violence.
Yes. It's not every
requires
situation
violence.
that you need violence.
Not every situation.
That's what you're trying.
You're not gonna slap it.
You negotiate with the mosquito. You negotiate. You speak. You offer something. You know. You know, just one
here.
You know, just one slap.
Women go good. You know, women go good.
You know, just one slap that one like that. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the beginning of Downhill Thursday, so don't worry about nothing.
Yeah, we have a few hours before we get there.
Yeah, with it start Downhill Thursday.
I mean, to explain the point that not every scenario need violence, that's our wicked one fix. Oh Lord.
Yeah, you can't get it better than that. You can't get it better. Oh, watch out.
Say them on Pleasure Island now. All up in the nude. Fly believe he want fast.
You're gonna time and negotiate.
Yes.
But I mean, does your brain have time to process the information before you actually get into a slap?
Yes, it does. Because you want to start up like this. You want this up. Then you go quietly or you don't eat. And just
I believe that if you get a sharp mosquito bite right upon you to describe, I believe the reaction between the brain and when the brain is says slap it, and boy, the way they look for slap might get twisted or confused.
Nanosecond. No.
When I don't slap it, then I say, oh Lord.
No way I do. No. You know I slap it like this. You're going so.
That's the way I tell you you're going.
You see, ladies, there are drawbacks to being a man, you know.
Oh,
it is a man's world, but there are drawbacks.
Wow.
The first question when nobody they ask is, how would a mosquito get to bite you by your testicles? You know what
I tell you.
Because he said you're on an island nude.
Yeah, I mean, you did back in the day, group when you had your bathroom outside.
That too.
I tell you.
Remember when you had your bathroom outside? Certain people had their bathroom outside.
You used to carry your fish with you?
I ain't even got no man's perspective right now. I leave it alone.
See why I know the same thing. What part of a man could be or what could they do for a mosquito reach that in sensitive areas? Yes.
Lisa, please.
We're out in the woods. He said, out in the night.
Yeah. Marlon said if you hit that hard, I'll be African tree. Yeah, you see that? I assume that would.
I give up. Lisa, hurry now.
Get me out of this place, Lisa, with the bag.
Wait. Thank you, guys. Thank you guys for staying with us. Please do take care of yourself. Enjoy everything about your Wednesday. Stay safe. Keep yourself hydrated and where possible in the shade. If God is willing, we will see you right back here tomorrow. Take care of you, and I promise to take care of me. Palex, take care. Thank you so very much. Also to Ram Half a Man Cello and Miss Edna Pollard. We love you guys. CY. Ayo.